I am trying Black Widow wax colored pencils. I have edition 1000, which is the Black Widow collection. I also have edition 2000, which is the Scorpion collection. And the third collection that I have is edition 3000, the Cobra collection. I will tell you a little bit about these pencils, do a quick swatch, and test these pencils out on a simple illustration. Let's get into it. Black Widow wax color pencils comes packaged in a tin case. This is how it looks. Upon receiving this, I noticed, which you don't see now because I have removed the shrink wrap, these pencils were protected by shrink wrap. I have never seen that before since I've been ordering and buying pencils that come in tin cases. I've never seen the individual case wrapped in shrink wrap. I thought that was pretty good because it helps protect the pencil. It helps keep the pencil from getting damaged, lead getting broken. But when I first received it, I was so excited to receive these. I took out the lid and I was about to go in, but I couldn't because I had to remove the shrink wrap. I've already removed the shrink wrap for the sake of this video, but I just wanted to let you know that little tidbit information about it. So if you're worried about your pencils getting damaged, I don't think you have to worry about it too much because these pencils came well protected when I received them and they don't appear to be damaged. On the inside of the lid, here is what it says. The Spider Wax Colored Pencils. Congratulations on your purchase of the finest collection of adult coloring pencils. This first edition of the Black Widow collection continues with the vivid, bright, unique colors and the smooth cores that make your experience so much better when using these pencils. Inside, you will see the picture of the scorpion. This is the scorpion and the Black Widow. This is the Black Widow Spider Collection. And you also see swatches and the names of all of the 24 colored pencils that are in the spider set here. On the back of the case, this is what it says. It says Black Widow is the registered trademark owner of Black Widow brand pencils, all rights reserved. There are 3 check marks that they want to bring to our attention about these pencils. Tested and approved to be safe. All Black Widow pencils are non-toxic and safe to use. These pencils are water soluble and are not intended to be used as watercolor pencils. The last thing that I want to share with you before I start swatching and coloring my simple illustration is an individual pencil. Here is an individual pencil, and this is how it looks. This is Black Widow BW89 Color Ladybug. The wood is black wood, which I think is so cool because most color pencils, they're wood. They're not black wood. They're just wood. We're used to seeing a light color down here, but this does not have the light color wood that we're used to seeing. This is black wood. And the shape of the pencil is hexagonal. It's not a round pencil, which makes it a little bit easier to hold and better ergonomically for the hand, possibly. But yeah, I think these pencils are so cute. And the names, the names are so unique for the colors. Well, that is it. Now it is time for me to start swatching to see what I am working with. I am ready to swatch. I'm swatching in my art journal here. For the sake of saving time, I've already labeled all of the pencil names and colors in here, as well as each collection. This is the 1000 collection, which is the Black Widow or the Spider collection, and you will see that first, and then I will move on to the 2000 edition and then the 3000 edition, which is the Cobra. Let's get started. Now you will notice that when I swatch, I'm going to be swatching a little bit differently than I normally do. That's just how I do. I don't always swatch the same, and I think it really depends on the pencils for me. I have not sharpened these pencils at all. I am working with pencils that come right out of the box. The first pencil is Casper, and it is BW91. It is actually a white pencil. I'm not going to swatch that, of course. I did do it a little bit, but of course we cannot see white on white. I would have to swatch this on a different color of paper. As I stated in my previous video, it is always a great idea to swatch your colored pencils. I don't know about you, but when I get a new set of pencils, I cannot wait to swatch them to see how they perform, how they feel. Are they hard to put color down? Are they highly pigmented? Are they waxy? Are they too waxy? Are they too soft? Are they too hard? Am I having to use more pressure to get the color on the paper? I pay attention to all of that. These colored pencils, from what I am seeing and experiencing when I first start this swatch, they feel good, and the colors are highly pigmented, which I like. And you know what that means? If they are highly pigmented, look at pumpkin. Pumpkin is so pigmented. When they are highly pigmented, you don't have to work as hard to get color to lay down when you are coloring. You can just be light-handed with it. Look at, what color is this? Cyanide pink. These color pencils have a lot of different unique names, like watermelon and plum pudding and ladybug, as you see here, cicada, which I think is cool. I didn't mean to jump off of what I was talking about, but the names, when I saw that pumpkin color come up, you see how pigmented that is, and then this plum pudding is so pretty, very pigmented. And that's what you want to notice and pay attention to when you are swatching. Pay attention to that, as well as how much pressure you need to put the color down on the paper. Here I am using probably medium to a little bit of heavy pressure, not too much, but enough to get the color on the paper. I'm not going in there too heavy, but I need a little bit of pressure to get this color down. You see that color, Everglade? Oh my goodness. Anyway, let me let you finish watching the swatch. I need to shut up. I forgot to mention this, but I do put down a really light layer right there. That's Fang green. And I do that so that I can see how the color looks when it's applied with a very light hand. And so that's why I do that. Now, to the left of the light-handed application, you see the darker version of how the color looks. And I am using a little bit more pressure than when I put the light layer over to the right side of the initial swatch. Just wanted to make you aware of that. The swatching for the Black Widow Wax Color Pencils Edition 1000 Black Widow is complete. What I notice about these colors is that they are vivid, very saturated. I like that. I like that. Next, I'm swatching edition 2000, the Scorpion edition. And yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Notice the names of these colors. That is very saturated, but I have to show you burnt orange. Burnt orange, look at that. Oh my goodness. These pencils are so pigmented. Wow. Kind of like Prisma. All right. Enjoy the rest of this swatching session. If you're wondering what to use to put your swatches in, you can just use a notebook. If you have a notebook or a little journal that you're not using, you can just start swatching your pencils or whatever other media that you have in that notebook or a journal. Look at that pigment of blood red. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So if you want to start swatching, just, get your little notebook and your journal. You don't have to have anything fancy to start swatching. Just get started. Edition 2000 Scorpion is complete on this side, and again the colors are vivid. I like how the swatching went. So moving right along to the next one, which is the Cobra. Is there a right or wrong way to do your swatches? Well, I'm sure there is. I am not a professional, but I do know that there is a certain way that people who are professional artists do their swatches, just so you know. Okay? Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that because sometimes when I swatch, I feel like I'm not doing it right. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to swatch, because I am going to swatch because it gives me a good idea of how the pencils are and what I am working with. Look at the pigment. Oh, rattlesnake. Oh my goodness. Now the light yellow was giving me some issues there. It really was. The swatches for the Cobra Edition 3000 is complete, and this is how it looks. I think the color is still vibrant. Good color laydown. I like these pencils, how they swatched. Now, moving on to coloring. It is now time for me to put the Black Widow colored pencils to the test. I am coloring an illustration from the Simplicity coloring book. If you want to see a flip through of that coloring book, just click the top right hand corner or refer to the description box to see the Simplicity coloring book flip through. The first thing that I am doing is applying with a light hand a light color. This is lime fruit. That's the color. And I'm going in with a light hand. I am not trying to be heavy handed with this color because I am going to build up what I want my frog to look like, my frog lady. So I start with the lighter color and I put it down on the paper as lightly as possible. I'm going to the arms and the hands, and I'm going to the legs and the feet, and I'm applying this all over with a very, very light hand. The next color pencil that I am using is olive green, and this is a darker color. I am using this with a light hand, light pressure. I don't want to mesh this into the paper at all because I'm trying to create some shading and do a little blending, and I want my frog lady to have some texture. That's why I'm going to allow the white of the paper to show through. Sometimes I don't want the white of the paper to show, but in this case, for this picture, I want my little frog lady to have a little bit of texture. So as you can see, everything is coming together very nicely. I am going to do this on the arms as well as the little hands and the legs as well as the little feet. I am applying a darker shade of green. I forgot the name of it, but I am applying a darker shade. This is my darkest shade so that I can get my little frog lady to pop. And I am not coloring hard. I have a light hand. I have light pressure. I might want to come back in and add some more color, so I have to keep that in mind. I don't want to be too heavy-handed because if I'm too heavy-handed, I can't do what I want to do. I like the way my frog lady looks, so I am going back to the lightest shade that I used in the beginning, and I am going over my little frog lady with the lightest green, with light pressure and with a light hand. And I'm applying this all over her face, and I will do the same for her arms as well as her legs. I have grabbed my darker pencil because I want to add a little bit more darkness in certain areas, and that's why you see the darker green pencil. For my frog lady shirt, I am going in with a light blue. This is the lightest blue, and I am using a light hand, light pressure. This is the color Blue Heaven, and I am applying this color all over with light pressure with the light hand. I don't want to bear down too heavy because that's not what my goal is for this shirt. I am trying to build up to something. And so, hence the light hand and the light color. The next color that I am applying is a darker shade of blue, as you can see, and it is the color Blue Horizon. I am applying this color with a light hand as well as light pressure because I don't want to mess up what I'm envisioning. So I have to keep it light. Plus, I might want to come back in and add more layers. Yeah. So I am being mindful of how much pressure I am using, as well as going ahead and getting that darker shade of blue on my Frog Lady shirt. I have another blue that I am using. It is the darkest blue, and it is called Starry Night. I am still using light pressure. I am light-handed. I am not bearing down or anything like that, because I might want to come back in and build up more color in my Frog Lady's shirt. So this is the darkest blue, and I am going in there trying to build up something. I'm trying to do something, what I envision. That's what's going on here. And now it looks like I'm going in with my lightest shade of blue. It is the first blue that I used when I first started coloring my Frog Lady shirt. And I am just going over trying to smooth everything out. That's the way I think about it when I am going back over with a lighter shade. So that's what the deal is. Also, my pressure is a little bit heavy. Not too heavy, but it is heavy. It is no longer light like it was before. Just so you know. For my Frog Lady skirt, I am going in with the lightest shade of yellow that I have. And I'm also using light pressure, and I am light-handed. The next color that I will use will be more of a darker shade of yellow, kind of like a mid-tone as you see here. And I'm also going to apply that with a light hand as well as light pressure. Now, the next yellow that I have is a darker shade. And so that's what I'm doing, similar to what I have been doing all along with coloring my lady frog. I'm doing it for the skirt. That is it. That's all I'm doing. I believe this is my last color, and I think this is the color Cobra. It looks like it is a green of some sort, but the color Cobra is more of a dark, like a yellow kind of greenish color, but it's more on the yellow side. I wanted to see how that would look because I wanted to have a darker color that stood out in the skirt, and that's what you see here. Now I am coloring the border. I am using the watermelon color. This is the same color that I use for my lady frog's eyes. I am using heavy pressure and I am going in because I want to lay the color down. I really do. Here I do not want to use a light hand at all because I just want the white space to be covered. And that's what you see me doing for the border. The second color that I will be using on this is a blue. I believe it is Starry Night, I believe. And that will be it. I am not doing a background. I am just letting the white be the background. I enjoyed coloring with these pencils. I was trying to practice my skills going from light to dark as far as shading. I think everything turned out pretty good. I could stand to go back over it and put more layers on here, but I didn't want to do that. Sometimes I want the white of the paper to show, like I did here. And again, I'm just practicing, doing what I have been learning. The border, I just went in really hard with the pencil and it turned out okay. I got some crumbs from the colored pencils, which is understandable. They're not too waxy, they're not too soft, but they are a wax-based pencil. They are pretty good. I like them. I'm glad I bought them and gave them a chance. This is my finished color page and I think it's pretty cute. I tried to incorporate some of the pencils from each set. So here is my swatches. You already saw this, but the thing that I notice about these colors is that they are extremely vibrant. They're very vibrant. And it wasn't too hard to put color down. Now, some of the pencils was a little bit hard to put color down. They were a little bit dry or scratchy or whatever. I can't explain it. But it wasn't as much wax in a particular pencil like the yellow here that is the lemonade. It was kind of tough to put color down there. And a few other colors, but that was very few pencils that were like that. Overall, I do like these pencils. I like the vibrancy of them. I like the fact that although this is a wax pencil, it's not too soft where I have to keep sharpening my pencil. I like that. But check out the colors, the names. Oh, I forgot to mention the names of the pencils. They have some unique names. Stink bug, honeycomb, burnt orange, stink bug, spiderweb, watermelon. I used watermelon on the frog's eyes in the illustration and around the border. And then we have Aquarius, fancy pink, venom, blood diamond, forest, opal green, rattlesnake. Now this light yellow was hard to get down. You know, I mentioned something about the pencil being, it felt like there wasn't enough wax in the pencil. Yeah, some of my colors were like that, but the majority of them were okay. I am so glad that I bought Black Widows. They are just another type of pencil that I can use when I don't want to use Prisma, but I do want that vibrancy. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below. Have you used Black Widow pencils before? Let me know. And also, in the next video, I will be featuring some more of the Black Widow pencils, but they will be the Monarch and the Dragon set. Until next time, keep coloring, and I will see you in the next video.